Is Julie Arcement. I teach math at Claremont International High School in the Bronx. I'm going to share with you how I use games in advisory um, to create an environment of community, um, belonging, and openness. Um, so I have these two questions here. Why do we want to talk in advisory? And then how do we create that environment of trust and caring, right? The reasons why I want students to talk in advisory, I want them to learn about each other. I want to learn about them. I want them to feel that I care about them and that they care about each other. We have kids coming in, as you know, all year, and the idea is to be able to have students feel safe and belonging as soon as they come into the building, right? Um, so I'm just going to show you this very quickly. Some of the quick things that I did at the beginning of the year, right? So it's these like a camera game. These were all games. We were blended, but these were things that we always did remotely because it was that like how do you build a sense of community when you're all remote and you're all in different places and all your cameras are off, right? So this comes from two colleagues of mine who told me about these camera games that you could do, and then I have an I agree and disagree, and so basically, you started with your camera off and then just ask some simple questions. This is to see that you understand what the game is. And then I was the one who was wearing a mask, so I turned on my camera, right? And it's just asking some very simple questions. Um, and then there's little prompts that I like to do. We have a new prompt every day, right? So here's one: what is one of your favorite songs? Emoji are you today? This one I use almost every day. How are you feeling today? And I always write down how they feel. So there's many different questions that we can ask. I asked someone what is one of your favorite songs. Well, I ask them this periodically, right, to keep up with uh, their changing preferences and for me to keep up with the modes, right? Um, and I would play their music every once in a while. And I remembered one time one student said he felt happy because I was playing his favorite song. And to me, that meant that he knew that I was listening to him. And that's what we want them to feel, right? That they'll speak and I will listen. Kahoot, right? You play Kahoot. I ask them questions about their countries to get to know about each other. But then I throw in a question: what do you miss the most about your country? And this is where, okay, mic's on, we're going to talk about it. They don't have to participate if they don't want to, but these are things that all kids want to talk about. Um, Other things that we've done is we've played this game called, these are not in any order, Wheel of Names. So I took a wheel of names. You can go to the wheelofnames.com website, and I put everybody's name in alphabetical order. And this is me controlling the wheel. Okay, and then a student's name comes up, and then it's like not Wheel of Fortune, like Jeopardy. And okay, Elder, you're going to choose a number, and then he must answer this question. And I have it in English and Spanish. All of my students in my advisory are Spanish speakers. Um, and then we spin again, and then someone else goes. And I'll remove their names once they've participated. And again, if they don't want to participate, that's okay. And I ask different questions. What is your wish? How does your family celebrate the holidays? What's your favorite tradition from New Year's? So here I am learning about them, and they're sharing with each other, and they're finding things that they also have in common. If what is one thing you're most grateful for? If you could give any gift, what would it be? That was like a really sweet kind of question to ask the kids. Another advisory game that we've played is called Would You Rather. It's my version of Would You Rather, or Four Corners. And so you have the kids create an emoji, so they have access to this document. They create their own emojis. And then I started very simple with which would you prefer, right? So it's just these very simple questions. And this happened in different days, not just on one day. So I'm learning, little things about them. They're learning about each other, talking about, well, why is Coke better or Pepsi? Or kids don't even say, no, I prefer water or juice, right? And so it just works is that they move their emoji to the side that they agree with. And then I start asking these other questions, right? Would you rather be the funniest person or the smartest person, and why? Would you rather be with your family or with your friends? Would you rather be in the US or in your country, right? I'm learning more about how are they feeling about being here. Would you rather end world hunger or end racism, right? So the questions get a little bit deeper as we're getting to know each other, as we're feeling more comfortable with each other. Again, learning about each other, talking about these big issues. Um, and then one final game that we play, well, actually, two. We play bingo. The kids love this one was called Bing because I didn't have enough squares. But I go to Bingo Baker, it's free. And then the kids will get their own card. And every time that they have something, they exit out. And then if they exit out and it's like a thing, for example, like what's your New Year's resolution? Well, what is your New Year's resolution if you exit out, right? Or it was somebody's birthday, acknowledge it was somebody's birthday. Or what is something you're hopeful for? Um, what else did we talk about? Do you prefer the snow? You know, those kinds of questions again. So everything becomes something that we're going to talk about, even though it's presented as a game. And there's so many more. I guess this is the last one I'll share, which is I copied a die roller from a website, and so now it's an action that I have, and they can roll the die. So the students were able to go into the document and roll it, and then I have these questions. And so when they roll a 6, they're going to talk about their perfect day. Somebody wrote their answers in here. It's very cute, but everybody had a chance to participate and share. And again, it brought out conversation, and we learned so much about each other. That's my promising practice. If you would like to know more, you can contact me. Here's my email address and my name. And thanks for watching.